For the record, I'm done trying to make y'all comfortable. For the record, you ain't trying to grow, then it's done for you. For the record, lab on me going all the way. For the record, ain't trying to link, no time to waste. For the record, 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 for the record. Been a little too late. For the record, I'm done trying to make y'all comfortable. For the record, you ain't trying to grow, then it's done for you. For the record, lab on me going all the way. For the record, ain't trying to link, no time to waste. For the record, for the record, for the record, for the record, for the record. Been a little too nice for y'all. Now I gotta up price on y'all. Snake eyes on dice for y'all. Shoulders on ice for y'all. A6 all the hate. I won't get a ball today. Got lost in the ball and A's. I'm flipping the bars, I'm flipping the. On record, off record, I still count wins when they got it. On record, off record, I let them take advantage. I was wildin'. On record, off record deals. Tell them talk to Colin for the quote. On record, off record, I still want the act, not the ghost. For the record, I'm done trying to make y'all comfortable. For the record, you ain't trying to grow, then it's done for you. For the record, lab on me going all the way. For the record, ain't trying to link, no time to waste. For the record, for the record. Price on y'all, snake eyes on dice for y'all, shoulders on ice for y'all. A6 all the hate, I won't get a ball today. Got lost in the ball and A's. I'm flipping the bars, I'm flipping the. On record, off record, I still count wins when they got it. On record, off record, I let them take advantage. I was wildin'. On record, off record deals. Tell them talk to Colin for the quote. On record, off record, I still want the act, not the ghost. For the record, I'm done trying to make y'all comfortable. For the record. You ain't tryna grow, then it's done for you. For the record, lab on me going all the way. Impressions, I'm succumbing to it. I've been giving yeses when I shouldn't do it. I complete the check with the loser, and I'm barely moving, but I'm still gon' boost my
This is the Great Legend, and I'm coming at you live tonight here at youtube.com/r.e95, your home for comics, cooking, gaming, and the truth. And tonight, I got a special video in store just for you. We're going to be sending in some modern books with some modern looks to CBCS Comics, man. No doubt about it. I'm going to get some slabs. It's been a long time since I've submitted anything to either a CGC or a CBCS. Well, not counting those CGC slabs that need to be recasing and get some new labels on them. But that's neither here nor there. You're here live. And first off, this guy did a super chat early today, man. Thing was, I wanted to get this video out. You know, I normally just do everything on the cuff. Everything's always live because that's how the Great Legend does it, is live here at youtube.com/r.e95. But the Legend's live and here to stay. So y'all best get the hell out the way because I got some shit to show and some shit to say. Man, y'all going to be so excited and hyped. We're going to have a great time tonight. But yeah, the rhymes, man, the rhythm, it's going to be flowing. As the Great Legend, he keeps on going. But I got a good show for you tonight. But like I said earlier today, let me check this real quick. And then we're going to check the chat, see where it's at. Clicking my windows around here. This guy, 7 hours ago, sent me a super chat. And I don't know how he knew I was going to be live. I did schedule it. That way I talked to JB at Discovery Bay Comics. He has a great deal over there on his channel where he's got a playlist of all of the comic book community that's going to go live. And I was like, well, okay, well, maybe I ought to go, you know, talk to JB on Instagram and see what he's got going on in the land of comics and see what he's got flowing over there. So I went and said, hey, dude, can you put my video up in your you know, what's live today, you know. So a lot of times, like I said, I just do, it's all unscheduled, it's all unedited. I don't do none of that stuff, man. It used to be back in the day, I used to fade in from black and fade out to black, but tonight we are live. All right, so that's just how I love doing it. I'm going to let all y'all know that y'all didn't always repeat myself. Been on here for 11 years, very first YouTube comic book group show me and Howler Mouse and some other folks were a part of way back 11 years ago when you know, we did our live shows through Google Hangouts, Skype before that. That was classic. But and then the first solo person in the comic book community to go live right here. You're watching him here at youtube.com/r.e95. So who was that mysterious super chatter? Well, if you look down here on the new donation, that ought to give you a little bit of a clue. But normally when people super chat on the channel, they get a little sound effect gimmick here. We'll play it. Damn. That's it, man. You got the classic damn. Yeah, that's so classic. Gretzky, thanks so much. And he said this goes out to the champion of all the modern books. Well, I wouldn't call myself a champion of modern books, but I do enjoy the modern books that I do collect. I love some of these books that I'm about to show you. I love the characters. Some are hot books, some are personal books, some are books I'm going to sell on my eBay store when I get that rocking and rolling again. I also want to give a big shout out. This is one of C. Woodard 19's best fans out there. Give him some love.
Coming at you live.
Old Ainamali Comics, man. Seawood says it so much better than me, but thanks so much, dude, for subscribing to the Great Legend show, and I really appreciate y'all. So what we're going to do, let's check out that chat real quick while I take a sip of the old Coca-Cola, or the Kroger brand Cola O. 0 calories. Get yours today from your nearest Kroger store. Ah, tastes so nice. Tastes so sweet. All right, the chat's moving so quick. Let's see what we got here. We got Mr. Gretzky, man. Mr. Gretzky, he's been waiting for this chat to get a rolling, and he is here with us live, man. Gretzky, great to see you tonight, brother. We got Captain Comics, man. Howdy, mates and mermaids. I wish I can get my best Clancy Brown Mr. Krabs impression, but I can't. Man, Captain, God bless you, man. It's great to see you here tonight. I want to know, I think, Captain, you may like another captain in the comic book community named Captain Strangelove. Damn good captain, too, man. There he is, the man of the hour, the man with the power. He's on the scene, and I'm talking about the DBC coming at us live from the state of Cali. Discovery Bay, man, thanks again for putting this video in your list of live shows. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Like I said, I was telling the fans, JB, I was like, man, I don't normally, schedule anything out. I just kind of go live. And we're going to talk about here in a little bit what we're going to be doing on Thursday and Saturday, if I've got my date down correct over there at BaltimoreComicConLive.com. Mr. Gretzky again, man, good to see you. PD Hobbies! Thinking about PD, man. PD's getting over some serious ailments, and whenever the leader of the house, the man of the house, has the ailments, it always sucks because it's harder to get your shit in, harder to get your stuff done. As the next guy knows what that's all about, Chris Barrett, the Cosmic King, is here. Great to see CB on the scene. Whoa, I just heard damn again. Let's see, what was that? Hey, Discovery Bay with that super chat, man. $2.99 super chat. Thanks for keeping it real, Legend. Amen to that, brother. The Legend is always filled with some of that Legend's truth. Legends Truth videos will be back probably in November. And also, when we talk Jesus' birth, we may get a little Legends. We may get a little one of those religious, damn, I can't speak tonight. A religious Legends Truth, talking about the reason for the season. So that'll be pretty awesome. And, just all these other cool things I'm into talking about. Mandela Effect. I got to get my review on the Mandela Effect movie on Amazon Prime. Freaking phenomenal. I've been preaching those weird little deals for a long time, and it was good to see something like that on the silver screen. And I don't know how many people will watch that movie, but hopefully a lot. We got one of my old school Legends Live auction co-hosts. Yes, fans, the great Legend used to have a auction on his channel. The one that pioneered all the auctions that you see today started right here on the Legends Live auction. And, of course, back then I didn't have my snug pad. I got a snug pad to sit my ass on to help my back. I'm sitting on my snug pad right now. Check out snug pad on Amazon.com. I ought to review that, too. Drop one of them affiliate links in the chat because it'll make your ass feel so fine. It's like you're watching Seawood 19, 24/7 or something. All right, man. Great to see everyone in the chat. Amazing Murfinator, one of the best. Good to see you. The Kroger Cola. And this Kroger Cola is that 0-calorie kind. So, I'm always keeping it real, keeping it 0 calories for all the fans out there around the world that watches the great Legend. All right, he goes, I don't even know if I want to read some of this stuff. Chris Barrett, the Cosmic King. I know it wasn't me because I'm always coming to the chat live in a chariot made of twisted steel and sex appeal. Man, he's got the rhymes. He knows what it's all about. He's got the rhymes, and he's got plenty of good times to go along with it. But anyways, let's kind of get me back on the big screen here just for a second. I need to get one of those, set up some macros or possibly one of those Elgato Stream Decks. If my computer wasn't 11 years old, I'd probably do that. But, man, I wish y'all, thank y'all so much for being here live tonight. We're going to be looking at some of these kick-ass modern books. We got CBCS Comics Modern Grading Submission, and if you look on the thumbnail tonight, you'll get kind of a little hint of some of the books that are getting sent in. So that's going to be really cool. You're going to get to see some of those. And then the reason why I'm doing this is because CBCS announces a special fall promotion for pressing. Submit a minimum of 5 books for CBCS pressing and take 20% off the price of pressing. So pressing books with CBCS is $12. You take that 20% off, you're paying $9.60 a book. $9.60 a book is 40 cents cheaper than what some of the YouTube comic book community users do. A lot of them charge $10 a press. Now, CBCS, for their pressing, they'll also clean a book if they figure that that'll help. Like, most of these moderns, they're not going to clean. I don't think any of the books they're going to need to clean at all. So that's going to be good. And they're going to have a 12-week turnaround time. As long as you get your pressing order submitted by October 31st, they're going to get your order back in 12 weeks, which is freaking phenomenal. That's around 3 months. Of course, with the great Legend, I always say when you submit some shit, you don't want to think about it for a little bit. So I always give it about 6 months before I start getting a little antsy in the pantsy, if you know what I'm saying. But with me, I'm not one of those like comic guys that like, oh my God, I need my books back. I don't know what's going to happen if I don't get my books back. No, I don't really care. I just, submit and forget. And if you can do that, you won't think about the shit. So that's how I roll with it here on the Great Legend Show. That's how I advise everyone else to do, because it'll help you in the long run by not getting stressed out or having that anxiety over comic books. Man, you need to have anxiety over, more important shit than comic books, I think. Use promo code Pressing20 when you're ready to use your promo code. And they'll take good care of you at CBCS. The reason why they're doing this awesome 12-week turnaround time, they moved all of their pressing equipment from Florida to Dallas. CBCS used to be located, I want to say in Sarasota, Florida, maybe somewhere out in Florida. And, of course, when they teamed up with Beckett, Beckett got them, the office in Dallas, so they did all their grading in Dallas. But they still had pressing going on in Florida, but they since changed that most recently. I think during the COVID, they moved all their pressing machines to the Dallas area, and they got more pressing because, pressing is a hot thing right now. Everyone wants to get their books pressed so they can send in to CBCS or CGC if you want to get some good high grades on those books you slab. Some people like displaying slabs on the wall. Some people like selling slabs for resale. The Great Legend usually just stores them in the Great Legends, vault. I don't really hang anything on the wall unless it's my main man, Barnabas Collins. You got to keep Barnabas, in your thoughts always. But tonight, we're going to go ahead and take a look at some of the books that are going to be getting pressed. I'm going to say all of these books are going to be getting pressed, and I kind of wanted to throw in some Fantastic Four Silver Age because they have another big thing going on at CBCS. They got so much good stuff at CBCS. Go to CBCScomics.com for more details. They've got a CBS signing event with Jeff Johns, Jason Fabok, and Brad Anderson. They've got the Usagi Ojimbo creator Stan Sakai. They got the pressing deal going on. They got just so many cool deals. They even have one for pre-1975 books. Where's that one at? Yep, it's called Vintage 20. Vintage 20 is the promo code. And it's pre-1975 books. You'll get 10% off the grading price on those. And you can combine the Vintage 20 with the Pressing 20 or whatever that code was I gave you earlier. And you can get, Pressing 20, Vintage 20. So you can send up to 5 or more vintage old school comic books. I want to say it was 5 or more. Let me make sure I get you all the right info. Well, it says submit 5 vintage books and get 10%. So I don't know if it's 5 or more. I don't think so. But man, anyway, you can't go wrong with CBCS. A lot of you may be out there. Well, dude, you're the Great Legend, man. Shouldn't Legends use the best? Ain't the best CGC? Is that the place to be? Is that the number one under the sun? Why don't you use them? And well, the thing about it is, CBCS for me has better pricing. They're closer. They're only 30 minutes away driving. So whenever they open back up where I can walk in and drop off books and then walk in and pick up my books, I'm going to save so much on shipping anyway. So I decided to become one of those silver members over there at CBCS for $150 a year. So I did that, signed up for that, and they also offer free, so you don't even have to be a member. Like CGC, you have to be a member. I needed to get some books reholdered by CGC. I had to become like the lowest tier member to even submit those to get reholdered, and to me, that kind of sucks. So CBCS is going to be getting my my business from now on. One thing is I can say about CGC, I'll continue to buy CGC slabs off eBay and stuff, because they're good, they're awesome, but the thing about it is when I'm submitting stuff personally, I'm just going to be going with CBCS. That's how I roll with it. Before we check out these books, let's check out this chat, because Carson knows the chat's where it's at. Amazing Mervinator says, sweet deal. Chris Barrett says, you should always have anxiety over what I'm going to say because I'm funky like a monkey. Dropping some of those Dusty Rhodes rhymes back then. Gretzky says, CBCS rocks. I hope my books get back in 2 to 3 weeks. And I think you told me you did that fast turnaround time, Matt. So, man, let me know when you got those books to show, and I'll be watching like a hawk, show those awesome books and talk about what you got. All right. Let's take a look. Some of the books that are going to be going to my CBCS Modern Grading Submission. First off, you saw this in the thumbnail. News has it, I was on CBR, comicbookresources.com, and when I came across this article, I slapped my head like this, and it's like, oh, hell. You know, because that's how it is, speculation. So, I used to have about 10 of these, and I had about 5 of the cover Bs, the blue covers, and we'll just show you what these are. This is Black by Black Mask, and this is a series that came out after the Trayvon Martin incident in Florida, where Trayvon Martin was just going home, you know, kind of jogging or, you know, minding his own business, and some douchebag thought he was a criminal because he was black and he looked kind of suspicious, and he killed him. He got in a little skirmish and ended up killing him. And that's that red hoodie just symbolizes Trayvon Martin, because that's what he was wearing when he died. Now, when this came out, I got this because I wanted to read about it. It was a hype in the news, not speculation as far as like, is it going to be worth anything? But I felt like I want to read this story, you know. And the story of this is, what if only black people were the ones that could get superpowers? So no one else had superpowers except black people. So in the book, primarily the white people are the bad guys, and you know, they're trying to capture the black folks that are superheroes. I stopped at issue 2, and I'll tell you why here in a minute, but I got a crap ton of issue 1s because I was really intrigued by it. Now, one thing that kind of hacked me off about the series, I felt like they were using Trayvon Martin's death to make money, and I felt that personally that was wrong. You know, I think that's just kind of screwed up, you know what I mean? But at the same time, it's a story to be told how, you know, blacks have their suppression here until to this day, you know, hence hashtag Black Lives Matter. I mean, that's a big deal going on right now, because everyone needs to know that, you know, black lives do matter. And then, you know, some of the alt-rights, you know, they'll say, well, all lives matter. Well, yeah, fucking A, of course, all fucking lives matter. But I mean, that ain't what we're fucking saying. You know, a white person doesn't walk down the damn street and get his ass killed by some other white guy. Well, I'm sure there is some shit like that going on too. But I'm just saying it happens more to black people. So this is a cool comic. I got 3 copies of this bad boy. And I sold all the other copies I've had of this in Legends Live Auction. I sold those variants in Legends Live Auction. But they had a story on it on Comic Book Resources saying it got optioned for a TV deal or a movie deal. So I was like, okay, yeah, I'm going to do that. So the story is pretty cool. I only read issue 1. He ends up getting killed by some cops. They gun him down. You know, it is what it is. But then he wakes up later and he's got superpowers and stuff. So that was kind of cool. And then issue 2, I didn't really like issue 2. It had a hanging cover. It had a black person hanging in a tree. And then I was like, oh, God. It was just too much for me. And it affected me kind of, you know, I don't know. I kind of don't like that. I know that shit goes on. But like me personally, man, it affected me, and I couldn't keep reading it. So I'm going to go ahead and just get these bitches slabbed and sell them on the bay, and I'm sure someone will like them. But yeah, I just don't like when people, you know, the worst one was when I watch any movie that has the crucifixion of Jesus Christ in it. I'm bawling like a baby. I don't like seeing people getting tormented and hated and spit on and, you know, shit like that. I mean, so that's black there. I'm sending that bad boy. Sending those 3, if you will. I don't know. Like I said, all of them are going to get pressed. Maybe I'll get a 9.8. There's one that has 2 spine ticks, but the others could be 9.6s or 9.8 candidates, like my good old Big Bear Comics used to say. back in the old days. Got some Flashpoint here. I don't know. I think I showed y'all these in a previous video, so I won't show those. But and they're not going to get sent to be graded. But I got Flashpoint 1 through 5 because that's one of the most kick-ass series of all time. Let's check the chat before we go to the next set of books here. Hey, Genome! What's up, Genome Presents? Hello, Genome is here. The South Park town flag. You know, Chris Barrett, I've never seen the episode of South Park with the debate over the South Park town flag. I'm pretty sure that's pretty funny. You know, I'm pretty sure that's got to be pretty cool. I'll go ahead and leave it on the short intermission so we can check the chat for this next one, because this was also a thumbnail Easter egg. Green Lantern presents Planet of the Apes. Look at that. Featuring Menace of the Runaway Man. And this is a classic homage cover to Showcase 22, first appearance of Hal Jordan, which I got in the vault over there. And these are all, they look 9.6, 9.8 currently in my hands. But what do y'all think, you know, in the chat? Do you think that even though these books, I mean, and I've been in the game for a long ass time. I know how to grade my own books. I've read the Overstreet official grading guide cover to cover. I've sent stuff in and have guessed correctly, but like I said, grading is always up to the person grading the book themselves. If I think it's a 9.8, who's to know that Steve Barak and his team won't think it's a 9.6 or a 9.4? You know, so it's subjective to the actual grader. But dude, these things are flawless in my eyes. I mean, on the very bottom left corner, you do get a little color loss near the creasing of the book where the book came off of the cutter. You know, so you're going to get that. So, I mean, I'm thinking these could go 9.6 or higher. Well, I don't even really know if a press will fix these, but do you think a press, no matter what, are you so hell-bent on getting that 9.8 that you want to go ahead and get it pressed regardless just to see if the grade will become a 9.8? Why do we press books? Well, why do we clean books? We want to get a higher grade. That's what we want. So that's, I think, the reason why a lot of us press books. But if a book looks like a beautiful 9.4 or a 9.6, do you want to press it to try to get the 9.8? Is it worth the money to spend? Well, with CBCS's fall promotion, with promo code pressing20, you could save 20% on grading. And it only comes out to be $9.60. But look at these, there's no spine ticks on it. I mean, it's in Mylar. I mean, like I said, I don't know if you can really see the corners. Even the corners, they look cut good, but you could see the little perforation of the white. So we got 3 of these. You know, Planet of the Apes, one of my favorite covers. This is a great series, by the way, if you never read it. It was a mini-series by Boom Studios and DC Comics. And it was awesome. I loved it. I love Cornelius. I'm a big Roddy McDowell Cornelius fan from the original movies. If you go back in time on the rewind, one of my very first live shows was I reviewed the original 5 Planet of the Apes movies on Blu-ray way back in the day. Got 4 figures of views. You know, it was before YouTube was very popular with the younger generation. And, dude, the legend was on fire because everyone had the desire to see the great legend go live. Another thumbnail Easter egg. One of my favorite covers. One of my favorite storylines. I've read it about 2 times. I've seen the animated movie 3 times, and I'm talking Flashpoint. Now, this is the Rags Morales cover of Captain Thunder and the Shazam Kids. Now, what's cool about this cover, this is your very first cover appearance of Darla Dudley, Eugene, and Pedro. Of course, we would know them and figure them out in the New 52 Shazam backup story that was in the Justice League. But this was their first appearance in any kind of DC book. And no, this wasn't their first appearance. Their first appearance was Flashpoint 1. Sorry about that. Flashpoint 1 was their first appearance. I do got my raw copy of that. And I ordered a nice slab of Flashpoint 1. I'm going to show y'all that in another video. I think it's over on the floor over there. But This here is Captain Thunder's first Flashpoint appearance. Now, we know Superman 276. Howler would know for sure. I don't know if Howler Mouse is in the chat. But 276 is Captain Thunder's first appearance in the DC continuity. Of course, if you want to go way back in time, right before Wiz Comics 2 came out, Fawcett Publications had an ash can, which was a black and white preview of what they wanted that story to be. And it was Flash Comics #1, not the Jay Garrick people. This is an ash can done by Fawcett Publications. They had 2 titles on it, Flash Comics 1 and Thrill Comics 1. It's the story of the Wiz Comics #2 ash can. Make sure y'all look that up. But instead of being called Captain Marvel in that story, he was Captain Thunder. So I guess you could say this is kind of the third reiteration of Captain Thunder, I think. Because then you had in DC, you had Captain Thunder in Superman 276, which was 1974. Shazam already had his series by DC with one magic word, Shazam. So it was just a kind of way to garner what the public would think about Superman and this character fighting each other, you know. And of course they used Captain Thunder, Willie Fawcett, which is kind of a cool name. Instead of Billy Batson, it's Willie, and then they used Fawcett for the last name. So I got 3 copies of that. One of these copies have 2 spine ticks, so sending it in as is would probably get me a 9.4. But regardless, 2 of these would come back 9.6 or higher, and then after you get them pressed, you know, probably 9.8s. And man, I just love this cover so much. I want to get a 9.8 of this to have. And I don't know, it's kind of one of those things like New Superman, you know, maybe I'll have a crap ton of slabs of just one comic, you know, how some people, well, you know, I did have 2 Showcase 22s at one time. I didn't intend to, but I didn't want to pull out of the deal, and then I won an auction for another Showcase 22, Hal Jordan's first appearance. But I just think that's a kick-ass Rags Morales cover there. All right, now we'll kind of get into some other books I'm sitting off for some modern goodness. Let's check the chat real quick. See what do y'all think about Captain Thunder? Yeah, perk being local. That's what not Gretzky. That's what Murph said a little earlier. I won't spoil the episode. I believe you enjoy it for the viewpoint as how society looks at things. Okay, I believe that a book should be pressed if it absolutely needs to be pressed. If not, it's not worth it. Yeah, and you know, for me, Barrett, I feel the exact same way. That's why a lot of times I'll just press like old school. But I wanted to press some of these new school ones, and I don't think, you know, there is always a risk of putting something in the press that they could screw it up. But I think they'll do okay with this one. All right, let's show this one next. Now, if Drew Manchu was here, he would say hashtag classic. How about throwing that damn thing in to get pressed? I bought this from Big Bear Comics a couple years ago. This could probably, I hope it gets a 9.6. I mean, it is a 9.8 candidate with a good press. I think it would get a 9.6, 9.4 at the lowest, but let's go ahead and get this damn thing pressed. I mean, there are a ton of these on CGC Census. I'm sure there's a ton of them on the CBCS Census as well. But, man, if only Omega Red would get into the movies, man. Then I can go ahead and, regardless, when I get this book back, it's going up on eBay. So if you need a copy of that one, let me know. I've had this one for quite a while. This is a 9.6 candidate all day, every day. This is that Batman Harley Quinn. Ooh, so had it so long it's kind of dusty on the Mylar there. I've had this one kind of displayed. It wasn't in the box. It was in the box. It was in the area of the books that are going to get sent away. But go ahead and get this bad boy graded. I do have the Batman Adventures 12 graded. This is her. Is this the first one in continuity? There's 3 big Harley Quinn books. Mad Love, I think. Yeah, Mad Love. I got Mad Love around here. I don't think I've got that one graded either. That one may be in my Batman Adventures box, the Mad Love storyline. But whatever. I'm going to send this off to get graded, and we'll be keeping this. Love me some Alex Ross. And this is just one of those iconic Harleys. You know, there's the Harley trifecta. There's Batman Adventures 12. You got this one here. And then you got that one called Mad Love, which is the Batman Adventures style graphics with the I almost said Kevin Conroy and Mark Hamill cards, but, you know, Batman and Joker. So that's definitely getting pressed. Like I said, right now that should be a 9.6, so we'll see. Maybe it can get a 9.8. Now, this one's all kind of screwed up. This one, if you look right here, you can see that's all jacked up. There's color loss there. I'm kind of hoping for a 9.4 this one. I love the Six Gun by Cullen Bunn. Freaking phenomenal. And I don't know. I know I've got this in a 9.8 with a Brian Hurt remark signed by Brian Hurt and signed by Cullen Bunn. Beautiful book. CGC, gold label, yellow label, whatever you want to call it. But I love this series so much. So hopefully I can get a little 9.4. Will I sell it? I don't know. I probably won't. I'll see what the good old slab looks like and probably just keep it, you know. But Six Gun, one of my favorite weird Western sagas of all freaking time. I may even send it to a friend. I don't know. It's a beautiful cover. I love the mythos in this book. So freaking cool. Wish I can go back in time and grab more free comic book days. There's a spine tick there. Spine tick there. Maybe they can at least get it to a 9.4. But we'll see. Maybe 9.0 better. I don't know. Now, this book is for a friend of mine. I'm getting this graded. It's called Jughead the Hunger, and it's #1. I guess it came out in 2017. This is supposed to be one of those Werewolf by Night, First Moon Night homage cover type things. This is for a friend of mine, a good friend of mine. Y'all may know him. Oh, he was over here earlier, but not this guy. This guy's cool, but yeah. This book is... It looks beat up because that's how these homage covers are. They're supposed to look kind of like... See all that? That's just actually artwork. This is, I want to say, a stadium variant. I can't remember the name of their outfit, but it's like a stadium variant or stadium comics variant, something like that. I also have another book similar to this that's a Hulk 181 homage. It's Betty and Veronica that's actually signed by the artist. And I want to get that sent to CBCS for one of those autographed it's got the verified signature, so I'm going to get that done for the same guy. But it's a good friend of mine in the community, and he's going to get this one. So hopefully it'll be 9.4 or higher. I'm sure it'll be a 9.8 though. If not, that's all right. It's one of those cool ones. Now, I don't think they can press this book here. This is one of those lenticular covers. This was the Forever Evil. I want to say this was the 1 in 200 lenticular cover of Forever Evil issue 1. This came out as the what were those called? The 3D villains. I got every 3D lenticular cover for Villain Months, all 52 of them, or however many there were, plus this one here. So I don't think they'll be able to grade this one or not. I'll put a note on it saying if you can't grade it, that's okay. This one should get a 9.8 regardless. This thing is cut clean. Earth 3's Crime Syndicate there. Owlman, Ultraman, and little Superwoman there. So, very freaking cool. Hopefully that gets a 9.8, man. That's just going to be freaking awesome. That's one of my favorites. That's in a fullback, too. All right, getting into some of this. I think this is a Annie Granoff. I think it's a Granoff. I don't know who that is. I can't remember some of the names of the artists, but I've had this in a 9.6. I've had this in... I don't know if I've ever had it in a 9.8, but go ahead and send this one in to get graded. I know I probably shouldn't send it in because it's issue 18, but here's the thing. Me personally, I'm getting into digital books. I'm doing a lot of digital reads. Just the news came out that DC is going to be coming out with the DC Infinite, what is it called? It's called DC Unlimited. Maybe it's called DC Infinite Unlimited. I don't know what it is. No, the DC Universe app is going to be called the DC Infinity Universe. So they're going to start matching what Marvel's doing. All the DC books that come out brand new, 6 months later, you're going to get them on the DC freaking Infinity Universe app. I mean, so I could read all of these books on digital, on my iPad. I could read all of these with a low yearly fee. I think it's like $60 a year. Unlimited reading on my iPad. Are you shitting me? I mean, okay, granted, being a comic book collector, getting into this community, I was always like, I'm never going to go digital. Screw that. I'm getting my paper copies. I ain't never turning back. Blah, 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 blah. But then you look at it and you start to recognize you're running out of room. You know what I mean? And I went from my prime in 2011, 2012, spending about $300 a month on brand new books, all the way to about $30 a month. Granted, if a new Carl Barks, Donald Duck, Uncle Scrooge hardcover comes out, you know, I'm dropping $20 on that. Or if I've got all my Don Rosa hardcovers, I have one more complete Chester Gould, Dick Tracy hardcover, then I'll have every single Chester Gould newspaper strip in about, I don't know, man, probably like 29 hardcovers, I believe it is. It'll be 29 hardcovers when it's all said and done. So, you know, once that's over. And then I also buy the Dark Shadows paperback reprints. But I mean, like, man, I'm saving so much money. So, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and get that graded. This one, in its current outlook, no spine ticks. Corners are sharp. Little white on the bottom left corner where they cut it. But after a press, I mean, this is a 9.6 right now. But after a press, could be 9.8. Who knows? We'll see. Regardless, it'll be a nice one to slab. Kat Wren loves this book, and I've always been tempted to give her this book. But damn, I just can't do it. I just can't do it. It's the second volume of He-Man and the Masters of the Universe, issue number 1. The same volume that one was from, but issue number 1's variant. And this is a Terry Dodson cover. I just don't think I could do it. Beautiful Terry Dodson cover. Got classic She-Ra riding her winged unicorn. This book here, again, 9.6, 9.8, maybe after a press. But look at that thing, man. I can't palm it. Like, there's Seawood. Boy, Seawood's palming them like that. Hey, Seawood's palming them, dude. Seawood's a giant, dude. But he's a friendly giant. I got to hold 2 hands. You know what really gets me? Is when people during an auction, I'm going to tell y'all, I don't know if you're watching this, but some of the young bucks in the community, they be holding their books like this. Why are you fucking holding your book on the spine? Do you want it? Do you want it to get a spine tick? Hold it on this side. God damn, dudes. Hold it on this side. Or palm the backboard if you got big enough hands. But don't be like doing this or doing this or doing this. That's 3 spine ticks right there. Idiots. Stupid idiots. All right. Beautiful book there. So that's volume 2 of DC's He-Man and the Masters of the Universe. This one is their volume 1, which I believe ran 6 issues, possibly 5 issues. This was kind of their test volume that they did, and it did get over. That's why they went with volume 2. This is cover B of the volume 1. Again, this one 9.6. Maybe 9.8 if they're feeling nice, but it's the Skeletor variant from that volume. Beautiful cover. Can't remember the artist's name. I haven't looked it up in a long time. Like I said, The book itself, everything's clean. Like top, no spine ticks. That side's great, no corner screw-ups. Just down here, well, you know what? This might get a 9.8. Look at this shit. Probably can't see it, but there's a tiny little extra flick, like an extra flick that is connected to the book that doesn't need to be connected to the book. It's actually probably to the book that was the next book on the cycle. So if you had that one going through the cutter or whatever, that little piece was probably on another, a little more white on that piece of another person's book. So this could possibly get a 9.8. I mean, like I said, these probably don't need pressing, but I'm just kind of like doing it anyway just to hope for a 9.8, you know. This one I always thought was pretty cool. You know, I had this series. I've got a little bit of the variants from this. I loved this series. I thought it was a hoot. It's IDW and DC doing Batman adventures along with the Ninja Turtles. I want to say these are the Nickelodeon Ninja Turtles. Yeah. This is the fried pie variant. Just a cool cover. You got that iconic Batman animated series in the background on top of the roofs, and then you got the turtles kind of flanking him in the front there. I just think that's cool. I just, you know, it was one of the modern ones I always wanted to get pressed, cleaned, and graded. This one here, same thing. Perfect book. Just a little, you know, wherever the cut is down in the bottom right-hand corner, it's just a little bit of white there, but no real bad color loss on the spine itself. I mean, just another 9.6, 9.8 candidate, and that's Jeff Johns' Green Lantern run, issue number 25. This is the Sinestro Corps Part 11, but it's also, and this is a Gary Frank. I love Gary Frank, and you get your original 4 Earthling Green Lanterns right there. Beautiful book. I love Gary Frank's artwork. Drew Manchu says scribbles McGibbles all the time, but I'm a humongous fan of Gary Frank. Look at that, how he drew Guy Gardner's face there. Doesn't Guy just look pissed? Homeboy Hal looks like he's getting ready. He's getting ready. And Kyle and John in the background there. Supersized finale. I love the Sinestro Corps War, one of my favorite storylines. Just the whole damn run of this is excellent. And you could read the whole run without even having the comic books. You can read them on that DC Universe app. And what I was saying about the DC Universe app and digital is, the thing about it is, Marvel just came out with today, I think C. Wood sent us, or Drew sent us this in the chat. Maybe it was C. Wood. Marvel, to kind of one-up DC, as normally they do, they're going to 3-month out. So the brand new Marvel books 3 months later are going to be on the Marvel Unlimited app, which I have that one too. I mean, so damn. You know, the thing is, basically, I'm going to get, you know, DC Future Slate. I'm going to get the little Shazam 2 issues or whatever that's going to be. And then after that, we're going to see where DC's going to go. You know, I think their Green Lantern storyline's going to go back to John Stewart. Grant Morrison's going to be off the Green Lantern Season 2. So no more Grant Morrison and Hal Jordan together. So most likely my Green Lantern reading will become digital. Justice League Dark, they're probably going to cancel that because, you know, the stuff like Nightwing, you know, all your like lower tiered, your third tiers, the Nightwing book, the Justice League Dark book, the Shazam book, they're probably just going to cancel all those until they have a movie or something pop up. So why the hell even buy any DC paper copies when I could read the storylines digital? Will I lose subs because I'm not like showing physical books? You know, probably. But by doing that, hopefully it'll get me to change my game plan when it comes to making comic book videos on YouTube. Maybe I can just start doing reviews again. I used to have some pretty kick-ass reviews of comic books. So I love that cover, though. And, you know, I just did a review for this for Seawood19's October Reads contest as he gets close to 500 subscribers. The Jason versus Leatherface books. Hopefully these come back 9.4s or higher. I've read these several times, so my fingerprints are probably all in them. But that's by Topps Comics, 1995. There's issue 1. The story, it was cool reading it as a kid. as an adult when I was reading it. It's just so stupid. It's stupid but funny, and I'm going to get these bad boys graded. These are worth money to the eye of the beholder. I mean, these aren't going to be like $1,000 books or anything, but I just have a great memories as a teenager seeing this in the previews magazine, all of these. So I'm just going to get them graded. You know, what the hell? Then this one here, this one means a lot to me right here. This is Amazing Spider-Man 319. It's a Todd McFarlane cover. This was my very first comic book I ever got. My grandmother got me this at a grocery store one time. I want to say it was Brookshire's. Although it should have been a newsstand if it was in a grocery store. So I don't remember how the hell I did get this book. But I know I got this before my very first Fantastic Four title. And I want to say I'm you know, Mandela effect and alternate realities, and this reality's changed a little. I quite frankly don't remember all the way, but I'm pretty sure this was my very first comic book before I got one of my Fantastic Four books, which was issue 267, where Hulk and Thing were tag teaming it. But you know, you got Gargan on here, you got Rhino, Blacklash, not Backlash, and Scorpion, old Matt Gargan there, and it was a 3-on-1. This book here, hopefully, maybe it'll get a 7.5. The book itself has a little cut, or a little tear, actually, in the cover. You can't really see it, but it is there. There's a tear somewhere in this book that kind of gives it a little hole. But I'm hoping after a little press, it'll flatten it out, and maybe I can get a 7.5 or 7.0 or something. But yeah, very first comic book. Has some spine roll here. I read the hell out of this damn thing. But my very first comic book, yeah, I got to send it off to get graded. That's going to be a lot of fun. All right, so now we're up to the part where I show you Fantastic Four related books. But before we do that, let's check the chat. Perry Comics in the house. Let's see who else we got. I'm out of room in 2 years. Yeah, I know, Mr. Gretzky, your collection spans a couple of rooms. Seawood can give a mean claw. Yeah, when I was palming the book, it's like the Von Erich claw. I remember. Perry's Comics is here. It's good to see Perry in the chat. We're doing well. Mr. D! Damn, Mr. D! Great legend. Wow, it's been a super long time. I know, man. Yeah, the thing about YouTube with shows and live shows, you miss out on some of your, like, favorites, you know. Legend, Ever Those Dark Shadows, Famous Monsters. You know, why not art? My buddy Tony on Instagram, his name's Y, letter Y, N-O-T. It's Tony spelled backwards with art. He has those Famous Monster mags, and they're cool. And they had some Dark Shadows. They had some Universal Classics. They had some Lon Chaney Sr. covers, Karloff covers, Christopher Lee, who was Marv Tarkin, Peter Cushing when he was Van Helsing, and Lee was Dracula for those Hammer films back in the 70s. So yeah, I don't have any of those though. I don't know why. I just never really got into them. I mean, as my kids have gotten older, and you know, once I had children, I just got out of the scary movies. Now, Kat's trying to pull me back into it. You know, Kat Wren Figures, also known as Cinema Figures on her movie and video review channel. But yeah, she's pulling me back in. Oh snap, you know what, I got a meeting tomorrow night about Baltimore. I don't know, you know, I get pulled in every, y'all don't see this, y'all don't see what happens to me, but I get pulled in every effing direction. I don't even know where I'm going next. I do a lot of shit behind the scenes y'all don't know about. I'm not privy to talk about some of this crap, but I wish I got paid more. I wish I got paid something for it too. But Baltimore Comic-Con, got a big meeting tomorrow. But I promised Kat I was going to watch Motel Hell with her on the Facebook audios. You know, we'd queue it up on Amazon Prime at the same time. Prime and time, rhyme unintended. Didn't mean to go there, but, you know, synchronicity. And we were going to watch that movie and do our commentary of it together and have fun doing that. You know, Perry Comics, speaking of movies, this guy, he does the first looks, and he'll watch movies for the first time that he's never seen before, and then he'll give first reactions to it. That's pretty damn cool. But I think we're just going to watch this privately because I'm going to be hitting my Sailor Jerry quite a bit. So Good stuff, man. But yeah, I got a meeting tomorrow night. I'll let you know more about Baltimore Comic Con here in a little bit. Oh, I got to hurry through these books because I don't want to run into Modern Men's time slot. But anyway, y'all seen this book already. 1 in 25, Fantastic Four, Empire. This is that Anuk Lee cover. Very cool cover. Beautiful. Love it. Hopefully it gets a good grade. Press and whatever. This is the 1 in 50. I don't remember who did this cover, but it's classic. You got the what the battle was all about in Empire. You got the Kree boy, the Skrull girl. You had that little, thing going. And that's a storyline. I got issue 0, the beginning issue, and I also need to get Fantastic Four's Empire's Aftermath. I think I actually did order the Aftermath because I want to say it had a Namor cover, maybe. Not quite sure, but I got those two. I'm going to be sending those in. God, I'm getting a lot of books here, people. And I'm going to let y'all know the total is... Now, these I didn't get in Mylars yet. We'll try to go through these pretty quick. I got 2 of these. They're sliding all around in their poly bags with Alex Ross Timeless variants. 2 of these. Timeless variants. Yeah, that one ain't getting a 9.8. Holy shit. Ah, damn. My comic shop, you think you could have given me a better... Holy shit. I don't know if these got damaged in shipping or what. That fucking sucks. Let me check these 2. Those... Well, no, yeah. Corners. They were hard on my corners this shipment here. Fuck. That sucks, right? In the My Comic Shop boxes, they have those foam corner inserts. But the thing about these books, they're kind of loose. They're like a standard bag, but the board is thin as shit. They move around a lot, so yeah, they can get banged into corners. Man, ain't that a bitch? Well, these are going to get pressed, regardless. So we got 2 of those. Like I said, I'm going to get these graded, and I'll probably keep the higher graded ones and then sell the others as a set. Got those there. That, man, love that stuff. And this one was to the Fantastic Four Antithesis number 2, I want to say. Maybe it's Dan Slott. I know it's Neil Adams on the interiors, but I did get the Silver Surfer one. I didn't think I was going to get this, but I got the Silver Surfer one. I'm glad I ordered that. I couldn't remember. I order 2 months ahead of time, so sometimes I forget what the hell I've ordered. And then Mr. Gretzky knows these 4 right here. The 1 in 100s. The sketch variants, man. Always hold by the side, not by the spine. The sketch variants. Right, Gretzky? These were on mycomicshop.com. These presenting, they say they're 9.2. That's how a lot of times My Comic Shop does their variants. But, you can get the variants on mycomicshop.com if you go on Tuesday night or Wednesday morning. They'll still have their variants pulled up. So if you're into the variants of different things that you can't pre-order them, say 2 months in advance. Most of the time you can, but for those high ratio variants, a lot of times you have to order them from the site the day of. And then the last book, but certainly not the least, I was holding out, and I should have went to Dallas Fan Expo the last year they had it because John Byrne was there signing books, but I can't wait any longer. I mean, I'll open the slab up one of these days if he ever does a CBCS signing. This one is in a top loader, but I'll transfer it to Mylar when I send it off. But it's the Marvel 2-in-1, 1 in 1,000 remastered John Byrne cover. 1 in 1,000, people. That's a fucking big boy right there. That's a big boy book. And this kind of reminds me of the classic John Byrne Thing #1 cover. Or John Byrne's Thing 1. I don't think he did the art on it. I think it was maybe Wilson, maybe Ron Wilson. I can't remember. I don't even remember my own favorite shit anymore, man. I've been around this crap so long, but that's a 1 in 1,000. So we'll be sending that over to CBCS as well. And guess what? 1 minute away, you check the video description. There's a link to go over to the Comic Course so you can watch Modern Men as Modern Men review Gideon Falls. And let me check the chat one more time, because BaltimoreComicConLive.com is coming up real soon, everybody. So if you're interested in that, make sure you check it out. Hey, we got Mr. Chad. He's in here right now doing his drive-by. And Fish Tropic. Good to see Fish Tropic. When you ship to CGC, do you send them in Mylars or switch to polys? Dude, Mr. D, I'm sending them in Mylars because I've got Mylars plenty, and I always do Mylars. They have a little bit snugger of a fit and my halfbacks. But real quick, let me show you this screen here. So you want to go over there to notbaltimorecomiccon.com. If you go there, you'll find the link to get to BaltimoreComicConLive.com. And that's going to be coming up Friday, October 23rd, the Saturday the 24th, the Sunday the 25th. And you know what? We're actually having the pre-show. Just look at all these people that are going to be there. I mean, where are you going to be? Look at this. Iron Man #1, Christopher Cantwell. Oh my God, legs attached. Okay, oh God, I used to have that book. I used to have that Toxic Avenger book. There's Wheezy Simonson. There's that guy. Wait, there's some guy in here that's, I want to say he's Donnie Cates' favorite interviewer. I think I already passed him. Hey, there she is. There's Wonder Woman. Hey, look at that guy. I know y'all know that Todd McFarlane. Hey, there's old Walt Simonson. Hey, look at that guy. Where is that guy? Oh, there's their names. Bill Sinkovich is good. Classic. So, just a ton of people. Oh, there he is. There he is. I got a bone to pick with this guy. You know, Rob Lowe looking ass. All right. There he is. Coy Jahoy. He's going to be there. You know, Coy. Big fan of Donnie Cates. All right, so you go over here to live panels. Say you want to watch this stuff live. You click over here on live panels. And I don't know, this website is not optimized for Google Chrome. It takes freaking forever to load. But right here, we're going to have the retailer showcase and live auction. But more so, this is going to be like a QVC style event. It's going to be a retailer showcase, a one-night only, shop till you drop live broadcast featuring exclusive con merchandise, toys, clothing, and collectibles. Score some great deals from Baltimore Comic-Con retailers and exhibitors. And then you got Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. You'll go here. You'll look at the everything going on. You know, you got, and we'll talk about this more on my Baltimore Comic-Con preview show that I'm going to do this week. We're going to go, we got the Ringo Awards, we got a Mark Millar deal, we got Twisted, we got Garth Ennis, you know, you boys, I know you've seen it all. We got this Philip Kennedy Johnson, he's going to be talking about Superman's future slate, which I think that's the adult Superman, and he's going to be off-world and stuff like that. So we got Making of a Horror Comic. We got Wheezy co-chilling in the Legends Spotlight. I mean, there's so much good stuff. But what you're going to want to be interested in, the thing that's coming up, is the Retailer Showcase. Now, this is 5 Eastern. That means 4 Central. I don't know if I'm going to be available there. I'll try to get off work early. But maybe the times might be subject to change. But we'll go all night if we have to. So here we go. And on this screen, you'll see the live show. You'll see the live show. If you want to take part, you'll be able to click on this, go to the place where you can enter your chat. If you're interested in buying the product, we'll find it. You know, I'm going to be the host of the Retailer Showcase, hosted by the great legend himself for Baltimore Comic-Con Live.com. So, man, make sure you're here for Thursday night. It's going to be on the Comic Core channel. It's going to be on the Great Legend Show channel. It's going to be on wordballoon.com and John Suntress's YouTube channel. It may even be on Comic Pop, their YouTube channel. So we're going to have a lot of stuff going on. Big shout out to Gretzky again. Thank you, Gretzky. You know what, Gretzky? Since I'm here with you, There we go. I've been meaning to do this for a long time, Mr. Gretzky. Welcome to the club of blue wrenches. I'm sorry, every damn time I forget to actually click on that thing, but I got you in there for the blue wrench fiasco, if you will. So again, thank y'all all so much for watching the Great Legends Show tonight live here at youtube.com/rdaddy95, your home for comics, cooking, gaming, and the truth. Stay tuned, and 3 months, 4 months down the line, we'll show you what grades we get on this modern age goodness. And we'll see you next time. You remember, Deadtober's going on this month as well. We'll see you Thursday for the Retailer Showcase at Baltimore Comic-Con, and maybe we'll get some Left 4 Dead. Probably next week. We got to finish that up. We're going to play some other games as well. But we'll see you next time here on the Great Legends Show. For all the fun and all the friends, this is the Great Legend saying peace out. God bless.
For the record, I'm done trying to make y'all comfortable. For the record, you ain't trying to grow, then it's done for you. For the record, lab on me going all the way. For the record, ain't trying to link, no time to waste. For the record.